Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into a topic that might make some people squirm, but it's so important for women's health: vaginal discharge. I know it's not the most glamorous thing to talk about, but trust me, it's totally normal, most of the time. Just like our skin can signal when something's off, our discharge can give us clues about what's going on down there. We're gonna break down the different types of discharge, what's normal, and when you should definitely get things checked out by a doctor. Alright, let's start with a common one: white and clumpy discharge. If you've ever experienced this, you know it's not fun. It often looks like cottage cheese. And yeah, that's about as appealing as it sounds. This type of discharge is a telltale sign of a yeast infection. Yeast infections happen when there's an overgrowth of candida fungus in the vagina. It's super common, and most women will experience at least one in their lifetime. Along with the clumpy discharge, you might also feel super itchy and irritated down there, and even experience some burning during urination. Now, let's talk about yellow or green discharge. This is where things get a little more serious. While some slight variations in color can be normal, a bright yellow or green discharge, especially if it has a strong fishy odor, is definitely not something you want to ignore. This could be a sign of a bacterial infection, like bacterial vaginosis or trichomoniasis. These infections often come with other unpleasant symptoms too, like itching, burning, and pain during sex. It's really important to see your doctor if you notice these types of discharge. They can determine the cause and get you the right treatment, which is usually a course of antibiotics. Gray discharge: don't ignore this clue. Next up, gray discharge. It might not sound as alarming as green or yellow, but trust me, it's just as important to pay attention to. Gray discharge is often a sign of bacterial vaginosis, or BV for short. Remember how I mentioned bacterial infections earlier? Well, BV is one of them, and it happens when there's an imbalance of the naturally occurring bacteria in the vagina. Now, even though it's called bacterial vaginosis, it's not always caused by a sexually transmitted infection. However, it can increase your risk of getting an STI, so it's crucial to get it treated. Along with the grayish discharge, BV can also cause a fishy odor, especially after sex, and sometimes even some mild itching. Brown or bloody discharge: when to be concerned. Okay, now let's talk about brown or bloody discharge. This one can be a bit tricky because sometimes it's totally normal, and other times it can be a sign of something more serious. For example, you might notice some brown discharge before or after your period. That's just old blood making its way out, and it's nothing to worry about. However, if you're experiencing brown or bloody discharge between periods, after sex, or after menopause, it's really important to see your doctor. It could be a sign of a hormonal imbalance, fibroids, or in some cases, even cervical or endometrial cancer. Early detection is key when it comes to these conditions, so don't hesitate to get checked out. Clear and stretchy: usually normal, but last but not least, let's discuss clear and stretchy discharge. This is the kind of discharge that most women experience regularly, and it's usually a good sign. It's often described as looking like egg whites, and it's a sign that you're ovulating. This type of discharge is actually helpful because it helps sperm travel to the egg. However, even though clear and stretchy discharge is typically normal, if you notice a strong odor, discomfort, or any other unusual symptoms along with it, it's still a good idea to get checked out by your doctor. Stay informed and take care down there. So, there you have it, a crash course on vaginal discharge. Remember, paying attention to your body and knowing what's normal for you is so important. If you notice any of these types of discharge, it's important to consult with a healthcare provider to ensure your health and well-being. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more informative videos.